Welcome to the Artist Academy podcast, a place where we focus on the business side of art to help you increase profits, attract more customers, and ultimately live a life of creativity and financial freedom. I'm your host, Andrea Earhart, and today's episode features Belgium-based painter Anastasia Trusova. Anastasia was referred to me by my artist friend, Shannon Joy, who prefaced the introduction of her as, "This is the artist I most admire. Her style, her way of life, everything. This is what I want to accomplish too." So obviously I had to reach out to her. And when I did, I actually had no clue that Anastasia didn't speak English, which made this interview very interesting. So she volunteered her gracious husband to translate, and we gave it our best shot. So this gives you a look at what artists from across the world are doing to make money as a creative. And it's funny because the tactics are very similar to what we're doing over here in the United States, specifically the strategy to donate a painting in order to meet future collectors. So much like I suggest to do with like live painting at charity banquets, do whatever you can to get in that room and be seen by people who could be turned into a customer. And so this, we're going to edit out a lot of the double speaking parts where she's speaking Russian in this interview and just mostly keep in where her husband is translating, just in order to like speed it up a little bit, because likely not all of you speak Russian. So we're just going to mostly keep the English in, but just know that we were going back and forth and she was also talking and her husband is, translating as we do it. So stick with me through this multilingual interview and let me know what you think about this week's episode with Anastasia Trusova. Hello.
Nice to meet you. Hello.
Yes, nice to meet you as well. Awesome. So can you start off by introducing yourself, telling us a little bit about who you are and how you got into the arts?
Я рисовала с детства.
I was painting from my childhood, and I always knew that I would become a painter or an artist or an architect. I was raised in a small city. There was a college, and it was for art. And she had the choice between going to work or going to college and educate herself. Then later she moved to Moscow, and there she had more choices to choose from, more possibilities to choose from.
Я продолжила учиться в институте на дизайнера обуви, потом работала.
And she finished her institute for shoe design, so she's actually she has a diploma in shoe design.
Yes.
Oh, really? Oh, that's fun. How did you get established on your really thick textured art? How long did that take you, and how did you get there?
Мы познакомились с Александром.
Yes, as we met. Me, I lived in Belgium. My name is Alexander, by the way. So she was in Moscow and I was in Belgium. And in order to come together, she had to leave behind her job, and because she was working for a big shoe company and was a couple of years in China and checked the factory and the production place and so on, and developed her own shoes. And at this moment, as we mentioned, she had to choose whether to go to Belgium or to stay in Russia. And likely she took me and went to Belgium. After 2 years of marriage, Anastasia felt that something is missing in her life, and she wanted to start something. And art became a therapy for her. And she came back to what she liked her whole life. She loved to paint. At the time, to paint is very little when you have kids. And painting with oils is very difficult because it takes a long time to dry. Painting with acrylics is not so easy, and it becomes flat, and the colors vanish quite fast.
А мне хотелось толстых, жирных,
and she wanted thick and volumetric texture. And she saw gel medium. It is a thickener, actually.
Да, я поискала в интернете и нашла, как им пользоваться.
Yeah, and she looked up on the internet how to use it, and there was nothing. There was just the leg. It was 2017. and she started to experiment. It was just a structure on the canvas, and on top of the gel medium, she painted with acrylics, and then she started to mix it with colors, and it was very interesting. And that's how she came actually to the thick brushes and strokes. She's still experimenting with acrylics, and she thinks that it's a great medium, and there's a big future behind this acrylic. Yeah.
Yes, awesome. Yeah, I also use acrylic, but not as thick as you do. And so I'm intrigued by your process. How long, I guess I try to figure out, like, in this time frame, how long did it take you to go full time and make money with your art? Like, where was the tipping point in that?
We must say that an artist works his whole life on his name. Yeah, and you cannot say that she started to paint in 2017, and after 2 years of work, she had her first sale. It is more that she started painting when she was a kid. This question is often asked, but some people need 2 years to start selling, and others they need 30 years to master their technique and when the sales come. So the most important thing is to paint what you like and how you like. That.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, it's such a weird road that we're on, being an artist. Is there something you don't like to paint without? Like, do you have a favorite tool that you use when you paint?
Без рук.
Without my hands, she said.
How are you getting most of your commissions?
Это социальные сети.
Social media, Instagram. Actually, yes, we started also an Reddit account.
Oh.
She gives a lot away for charity, and this also brings customers.
What kind of charities?
There are art galleries and exhibitions where you provide your painting, and they sell it, and the earnings from the sale go to children and other to animals. I don't know. It depends on the theme, but I know that you had for Spain, for a Spanish gallery. I think the last one. The next one will be for a water purification plant. They are gathering money for third world countries. Yes, exactly. This is.
Ну, конечно, первая продажа была в Instagram.
Yeah, but the first sale was via Instagram.
У меня уже было 200 картин и 70 тысяч подписчиков.
She had about 200 paintings and 70,000 followers.
Wow.
So it's not a quick way to make money.
Это была работа каждый день.
And she was working every day.
Yeah, okay. So working every day to build up your social media in order to get sales and build up that artist's credibility, and then also donating to different charities. How many charities do you think you donate to a year? I'm just trying to get an idea.
It depends on how many people are asking. Yes, because she's not searching for people to give away or to provide some paintings or whatever. It depends. From year to year, it's different. Sometimes there are more requests and sometimes less, but maybe 3, 5, something around that in a year.
Конечно, я смотрю информацию о них, мошенников.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of scammers in this field, and we have to verify, make our research before we interact with these people who are asking for a painting or for money. So. Yeah, but there's a lot of scammers. Yeah, it's crazy.
Really? Oh, no. I've done this a couple times. Like, I've given paintings to charities, and then I have gotten stuff in return from that. But I like to hear that it's one of your main ways that you're doing it, and you're getting business that way. Awesome. Okay. So do you have a favorite past painting that you've done?
It's always the last one, no?
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Awesome. Okay. What are your plans right now? Do you have any goals that you're trying to hit, or what's in the works right now?
Сейчас я пишу книжку.
At the moment, she's writing a book, how to paint in her style. It will be ready in June. So we have already a publisher, and it is a big company from Russia. We will start with Russia. And after that, there are going to be a translation, an English translation, and the books will be available for English-speaking.
For me.
There will be video lessons to this book that you will be able to follow, and they will be free on YouTube.
Awesome.
The book is mainly for people who don't use the internet.
Okay. Yeah. Are there people out there that don't use internet?
Quite a lot, yeah, she said.
Really? Oh, okay. So we had a question, and somebody asked a question. How do you tell if it's a scammer that's wanting your free art, and how do you tell if it is a legit company?
There are a lot of scam, and in our first years, there were actually the most popular scam is with a check, with a paycheck. So they say that they'll order a painting and they'll give you a check, but it will be available in a few days, but you can send me the painting right now, and so on. So basically, you have to research the company that is asking and how they ask. So if they don't have an address, and you can't reach them by phone, and they don't have an internet site, and so on. So it's basic research, and often Google recommendations and reviews, Google reviews, they often tell that be careful with that gallery, they scam.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I get those emails too of people asking that for art, and yeah, they want you to ship it, and they'll send you a check, and it's spammer.
Yeah.
So you've grown your social media very big. And can you give us some social media tips? Like, do you post every day? Do you go live? What kind of stuff do you do to grow?
Ты знаешь, это первый лайв.
This is her first live interview. Yeah. Okay, but for beginners, it's quite easy on Instagram. The algorithm is quite helping the newcomers. You have to put the right hashtags. Every day a post, and don't buy followers, because they will do more harm than good. What she does, she's deleting some followers, some inactive followers that are subscribed to a lot of people or are inactive. You have to delete them.
How can you tell if they're inactive? Like how can I go delete a bunch of inactive followers?
Я захожу к каждому в профиль.
You have to check each one by hand and check his profile.
Да, это много работы.
Yes, it's a lot of work. She's checking her publications and checking who made the likes and see if they're active or not. And yeah.
Okay.
She saw a question about local hashtags, and yes. She's using them.
Okay, what other kind of hashtags? Like what hashtags exactly are you using? Are you tagging other accounts too?
Okay, there are the common and the popular ones, like art, painting, but more common for her is more particular hashtags,
lover.
Like sunset lover or sakura painting, or some specific ones.
Awesome. Okay. So this is a art business podcast, and so we try to dive into the business strategies of artists. Do you have any just business practice tips for us?
She wanted to mention that an artist is not only his painting. He can sell the prints.
NFT.
NFTs.
Не очень хорошо говорить.
I just got into that.
Yeah.
Авторское право продавать.
His right on the print and on the digital copy. It is often sold also in for puzzles, for example, or I don't know. It doesn't happen from one day to another. You have to keep going, and don't give up.
Ну, может, конечно, где-то.
Maybe with someone it's happening, and
И постоянно учиться.
You have to learn and develop yourself.
Yeah.
Reading
Okay.
books, checking marketing strategies.
All the things.
All the things, yeah, you have to do them and use all the possibilities that you have, all social media platforms.
Но главное это семья для нас.
But the most important is the family for us. So.
Yeah, that's why we work.
Yeah, exactly.
There was one last question on here. Somebody asked a question. Do you copyright your work?
Do you mean when she posted, like a watermark or something?
Yeah.
There's no watermark. You can
Okay.
Because her works were already stolen and copied, and what would she say? She'll paint another one, and so yeah, because you can't. What can you do if somebody from China prints on a dress a painting of you? What can you do? I mean,
has that happened? People have stole your artwork?
Yeah, and they sold it on Amazon. Yeah.
Понятно.
It was printed on a dress and painting, and they had sales actually. Yeah, it's crazy, and they never asked Anastasia for the copyright. They just took it from the internet.
Да, кто боится, что у них будут воровать, должен сидеть с сумочками держать.
So, but if you are afraid of getting your work stolen, then you don't have to use social media and keep it for yourself so that nobody sees it. So you can do that. Huh?
Yeah, so true. Yeah, but it's...
Поздравляю с продажей, кстати, NFT. Я видела.
Congratulations to your sale on NFT. She saw it.
Thanks. Beautiful painting.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You have beautiful paintings. I guess there's one last question that I ask everybody is basically like, if you were to give yourself advice back in the day, like what's that one piece of advice that you would give to artists today and yourself then of how to make it as an artist?
If you're asking about her, what advice she would give herself from the past, then she said nothing. I've done everything right.
Всегда что-то происходит, но мы постоянно что-то делаем.
In our family, it's a lot of things happening, but we are also doing a lot of stuff. So we're not sitting around. And for the young ones to learn.
И не пытаться понравиться всем.
And don't try to be liked by everyone. You can choose what you paint, how you paint. Yeah, and from the billions and billions of people, there will be a few that likes your painting, and maybe some of them will actually buy it. Yeah, you just have to meet these people.
И социальные сети помогают.
And social media helps with it.
Yeah, just have fun with it, I guess.
Yeah.
Have fun and work hard. That's awesome. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day. I know you're busy to come on and chat with me. I really appreciate it. This has been fun. I've never done this before. And yeah, I think that you're going to inspire many artists. So thank you for taking the time to chat with us.
Hopefully. It was nice speaking to you.
Yes, you too. And that's a wrap. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Artist Academy podcast. And if you like hearing interviews just like this in your ear, if they inspire you, then I want to encourage you to go download the Audible version of my new book, Mural Money. It's a condensed version of basically all of the best tips given here on the podcast from guests, plus my own words of wisdom to help you get started in any art industry, plus stories of some hard lessons learned that I have never told before. You can pick up a copy at muralmoney.com. And again, I highly recommend the Audible version. I put a lot of tender love and care to make sure the Audible was extra special. It had some extra goodness in there. And it's really for any artist, but especially those wanting to make a profit from a paintbrush. Muralmoney.com. That's it. I'll see you next week.